today are probably wrong. So can you talk a little bit about the misconceptions about grief and maybe a tip on what people should say to someone who's lost a loved one?
Yeah, so I think I can go all the way back to my husband's funeral, or even some of the rosaries when people would come and give their condolences. And one of the biggest things that they said to me, or one of the more common things that they said to me was, he isn't suffering anymore, he's in a better place, so he's with God now. And that angered me because I knew that it's an intellectual comment, but from an emotional perspective, that's not what I wanted. I wanted my husband physically to be here with me, so I get that, but that didn't make me feel any better. The other thing was what I had learned growing up, and that was to be strong. And I always have been a very strong woman. I come from a family of very strong women. And when I lost my husband, that strength immediately was gone, like in an instant. And I didn't know how to recover from that. So what did I do? I pretended that I was strong. But the reality was that I was dying inside. And I felt like a part of me, a huge part of me, was gone. And so when you tell someone to be strong, it really doesn't make them feel good. It actually makes them feel like they need to be someone that they're not. And that's a huge part of our culture, I think, is to be strong, right? And to any emotion that isn't joy or happiness is not good. So don't share it with others. It makes others feel uncomfortable. And so those are some of the things that people would say. And I think that if any of you, and I'm sure all of you, if not most of you, have already experienced significant loss of your life, and so I'm going to bet that you can relate to what I'm saying. Because it's very common for us to say that to someone. I was very guilty of that before my husband died, and it wasn't until I suffered my own loss that I realized those things don't help a grieving person. It actually makes them fall deeper into their grief. It makes them feel more alone because people just don't understand what they're going through. And then it's harder. It's harder to deal with that grief or to move through that grieving process, really, because at the end of the day, you have to move through the grief. You have to feel the grief. You can't suppress it or ignore it or keep busy and think that it's going to go away, because I think that most of you will know that if you've tried doing that, it's still in the pit of your stomach. It still hurts your heart, and so you just have to feel it.